Dr. Cornel West is a person who makes me want to be a better person. Whenever I hear him speak, when I hear him articulate the condition of everyday working folk, black folk, indigenous folk, marginalized folk, poor folk, people without a lot of money. Whenever I hear him talk about, I even starting to sound like him a little bit. It makes me want to be a better person. He recently went on a show on Amanpour. Anyway, there's a segment he did, and now they talked about a number of things, right? But one of the things they talked about in this segment was Joe Biden. Oh my God, folks, here goes Dr. Cornel West having a conversation that you won't hear just anywhere. Check it out.
You were not a supporter of Joe Biden when he ran for the president. You supported Bernie Sanders. Now that we're 100 days into the Biden administration, have you revised your assessment of him and maybe think that he could be a little bit like Lyndon Baines Johnson and surprise us, especially on the issue of race?
I think that Biden is going to surprise us. He surprised me when he went in. My view was that he was tied to 4 crimes against humanity: mass incarceration, unleashing Wall Street greed with the Glass-Steagall Act repeal, with the invasion and occupation of Iraq, and Israeli occupation. All of those he would not say a critical word about in any substantive way. And in many ways, he was the architect and supporter of them. In coming into office, he hits the issue of Yemen and Afghanistan head on. Relief bill, infrastructure bill, deeply concerned about police brutality, talks about white supremacy, talks about Jim Crow. He reminds me very much of LBJ, who started as a white supremacist from Jim Crow, Texas, and ended up one of the major forces for good against white supremacy. That's why you never give up on people. You never know which way they're headed. You never know what kind of change they can put forward. If Biden continues in this way, he's going to be very much like LBJ and will be a much stronger force for good against white supremacy on the ground than Barack Obama was. Now, Barack Obama had the symbol because he's brilliant, he's black, he's poised and so forth. Didn't have the courage, didn't have the willingness to fight that Biden does when it comes to this issue, when it comes to a variety of issues. So who would know, who would think that Joseph Biden of Scranton, Pennsylvania could become such a force for good for progressives? Now, I still have criticisms until he hasn't moved on the Middle Eastern issue the way I would like. And in relation to what's going on in Haiti right now, I'm very critical in terms of the dictatorial rule and his unwillingness to call it into question. So there's a number of things I continue to put pressure on, and I will continue to put pressure on any elected official, no matter what color. But it's always in the name of moral and spiritual issues linked to spreading Hesed to the most vulnerable in any society.
What was your reaction to the conviction of Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Floyd, and might it help us get further along?
Okay, so now if you want to watch the rest of that, because he goes into several topics that I think are very much worth your time, but I want to focus just on his comments about Joe Biden and his comments about Barack Obama. And this now you're gonna have to ride with me a little bit because I got to unpack this because there's so much there. First of all, I'm not upset about what Cornel West said. He said that he is surprised in Joe Biden. He's surprised. He said that's why you don't throw people away, because you never know what they'll do. They could surprise you. And Joe Biden has surprised him. I would take it that he means he's pleasantly surprised. Hold on, Tim. You gave AOC crap. You came on here ranting and raving about AOC. Pissed off because she said that, what she said? What was her exact word? She said that Biden had exceeded expectations. That's what it was. That Biden had exceeded expectations. And then you ran in and raved again about Pramila Jayapal because she said she gave Biden an A+. Oh, you went crazy. You went ballistic. You lost it, Tim Black. You are now a hypocrite, Tim Black, because you're giving your boy, well, first of all, as a grown-ass man, I mean that is a term of endearment. My best friend, I've known him 35 years, and I call him boy, and we both old. So this man, this person that you admire, you want to ride with them. You're not giving them, you're not holding them to the same scrutiny that you held everyone else to. What's the deal, Tim Black? Let me explain. Let me rebuttal for those who have that thought. First of all, Cornel West framed his conversation a little bit different. Yeah, he started off, before giving any praise to Joe Biden, he named all this shit Joe Biden that he disagreed with Joe Biden on, and the whole that Joe Biden had dug with him. AOC and Pramila Jayapal gave no descriptions of any types of holes, that deficits in the mindset or what they thought of Joe Biden coming in. He praised on the man. He exceeded expectations. And I don't mean that as a backhanded compliment, said AOC. But Cornel West said all these things that Joe Biden had done wrong, from Jim Crow to segregationist policies to war to Iraq, he went down a list of things that he held against Joe Biden and why he's a surprise. See, that to me shows character, one. Two, willing to still hold him accountable, which he even points to later, not just glowing praise. There's a way to give someone a compliment without giving them a pass. And I think Cornel West succeeds in giving a compliment without giving a pass. And even he says, which I did not hear from Pramila Jayapal and did not hear from AOC, I will continue to put pressure on Biden. But it's not out of anger, it's out of a commitment to, supporting those people that need help. And he went on to be much more eloquent than I can be trying to recite his words, but you get the gist. He's doing the pressure. The pressure he's going to apply is about the people. It's not for himself. It's not pettiness. It's for good reason. He said, and then he lists the things specifically that Joe Biden has done that's made him feel surprised. He said, Yemen, Afghanistan. Did you hear that Hillary Clinton came out against Joe Biden withdrawing troops from Afghanistan? If Hillary's against you, most of the time, we're going to be with you. He talked about the relief bill, the infrastructure bill, and he talked about Joe Biden willing to challenge white supremacy and Jim Crow, and to bring that up in the conversation. Do I feel that Cornel West will give him a little bit more credit than I would? Yeah, a little bit. But so far, Nina Turner and Dr. Cornel West have done the best job, I feel, of articulating what they feel about Joe Biden's presidency in the first 100 days or so, where he needs to go, where he has been, an accurate picture based on progressives' point of view. So that's one part of this I think that needs to be mentioned. So they came for Dr. Cornel West, right? Because people don't want a lot of people that call themselves progressive. You know what? I hate these labels, guys. I hate the labels because people take our labels and make them whatever they want them to make them. Some people are critical of Dr. Cornel West because they say, how dare you give Joe Biden credit for anything? How dare you? He hasn't done this. What about the border? He hasn't signed anything in the like of police reform yet. And why hasn't he done these things? And black people never get anything, and he hasn't given us anything yet. And what makes you think he will? And then on the other side, he's catching it because people are saying, how dare you not give him more credit? What do you mean? Bringing up these things, bringing up all his past grievances. This is a new day. Why aren't you focused on today and what's going on now? Why look back? And so And what we already know is that we can never please everybody. Hell, sometimes you can't please anybody. So you better damn sure please yourself and be able to look in that mirror, Johnson. And I think Dr. Cornel West knows that more than most intellectuals. Now let's get to Obama, because this is the fun part. Yeah, this is the fun part because, see, you got to remember, Cornel West did a lot to get Barack Obama elected. See, people forget that. Dr. Cornel West's campaign spoke out in support of Barack Obama back when he was running. Cornel West was not critical of Barack Obama, President Obama, until President Obama failed to keep his word. Until it became more and more evident that Barack Obama was not going to make a dent in the wealth inequality. That Barack Obama was not going to draw down the troops, but escalate troops and bombings. See, that's when the criticism came, not before. In fact, some have said that Cornel West may have been suffering a little bit of what's called a personal grievance due to the fact of maybe a little bit of guilt because he helped to get a guy elected who then went in and basically fooled us all into thinking he was going to be so progressive and turned out to be more like Ronald Reagan. He didn't run on Ronald Reagan. He ran on hope and change. We didn't know he meant change things back to the way they were under Reagan. These things came out after the fact. So, 1, 2, 3 things, right? I agree that Joe Biden's going to get more done for black folks and poor folks than Barack Obama. And I already know people are going to get upset with that because they don't like that. And when I say that, I mean people that support Barack Obama, people that feel, oh, he's the first black president, and what could he do? And his hands were tied, and the Republicans fought him every step of the way. And I'm tired of hearing that because that's what they always do. I don't know if you noticed or not, but Republicans aren't helping Biden. Nah, that's kind of what Republicans and Democrats do. They don't help each other. I'm so tired of people making excuses for Obama because Republicans were obstructionists. Republicans are obstructionists to Democrats. They're doing it now. Hell, Biden can't even get all the Democrats to support him. Not a single Republican is signing up to help Joe Biden get his programs instituted, to get his agenda done. But here's the thing. So what? Obama was too fixated on trying to be transcendent over politics that he did not do politics the right way. And who was left holding the bag? We were left holding the bag. Don't tell me we need to cry river for Obama. I'm going to cry river for the people. That's who I'm here to support. I'm not here to defend Obama. I'm here to defend the people. And all I'm saying is, what good is having a black president if the whole time we got a black president, all black people do is say, hey, what can you expect? He's black. Well, if I can't expect anything out of a black president, I don't think I want a black president anymore. I mean, if I can't ask him for nothing, if I can't demand him of anything, and if I have to excuse him not doing anything for me because he's black, then why would I want a black guy? Yeah, give me a white guy that I can hold accountable, who I can chastise and call out without being called a sellout, even though the things I want are things that help us. Doesn't make much sense to me. Not much sense at all. Barack Obama seemed to be more fixated on being in the club. Now, I want to give a little bit more context to this. Let's take this to extra innings. Let's go to that, because there was an article written by a journalist by the name of Maureen Dodd. And I'm not here to say she's the greatest thing since sliced bread, that she's an amazing lady. But here she is. She's a columnist, winner of the 99 Pulitzer Prize for Distinguished Commentary, became a columnist on the New York Times op-ed page in 95, served as a correspondent in the paper's Washington Bureau since 86, has covered 4 presidential campaigns and served as a White House correspondent. She wrote a column on Washington for the New York Times Magazine. Yada, 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 yada. Tim, why are you talking about Maureen Dowd? Dowd. Well, because she wrote this article. It's a puff piece on Biden. Old poll, new tricks. Biden's got the buzz. Who's smirking now? Now look, guys, when I first saw this article, I was kind of thrown because she was heaping so much praise on Biden. Yeah, she was saying all these good things about Biden. I'm like, Joe Biden? And then I had to look at it another way. This was not so much an article about how great Biden was, but this article removed the cloak, right, and exposed Barack Obama and Biden's relationship, and exposed Obama's arrogance. See, here's the thing, guys. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, very different types of politicians. There's a reason why I think we're going to get more out of Joe Biden. And it's not just because he loves the blacks. Him and Corn Pop really are close friends. I think it has more to do with pride, feeling slighted, and wanting to shame Obama. That's right, guys, wanting to shame Obama. In fact, this is what I thought Trump would do. I thought Trump would do more for black folks because I thought Trump was going to be like, you know what, I want to destroy these Democrats. I want to destroy Obama's legacy. I'm going to help black people and take black people away from the Democratic Party. I'm going to make them realize that rolling with the Republicans is the thing to do. That's what I thought Trump would do. But damn it, Trump is too self-centered. Right, Trump's too self-centered to give a damn about black people. Nah, he was not really interested. But Biden is self-centered as well, but in another way. Let me explain with some of the quotes from the article on Maureen Dowd. First of all, people keep talking about how great Obama was and the relationship between Biden and Obama. Here it goes. In 8 years, Biden said in a recent reveal that stunned Anderson Cooper and left Washington gasping, he and Jill were never invited by the Obamas to their private digs in the White House. Damn. Think about that, guys. For 8 years, Johnson, for 8 years, you're the vice president of the United States. Some people say that Obama wouldn't have been elected without Joe Biden. Forget what he did as VP, guys. Barack Obama needed an older white guy that people saw as a working class white guy who they didn't think was an elitist, because that's what Romney was calling Obama. Remember that? That's what they were saying about Obama. Remember what Hillary was saying about Obama? This young guy thinks he's all arrogant, looking down his nose. What did Clinton say about Obama? Bill Clinton said that Obama couldn't shine our shoes. He couldn't carry our luggage. He didn't have the gravitas, the credibility. He didn't have the experience. He was out of touch. So he needed Joe Biden. Imagine being the guy that helped him get elected. And then all those parties Obama threw, never even invited. For 2 terms. 2 terms, no invitation. There's more, Johnson. Despite a secret poll to see if he should be dropped as Veep in favor of Hillary in 2012, despite being pushed aside. Hold on, guys. Listen to this. A secret poll. Obama ran a secret poll to see if he should be dropped as Veep in favor of Hillary in 2012. Biden had got Obama elected. And Obama was considering kicking Biden out and installing Hillary. Despite being pushed aside by Barack Obama for Hillary in 2016, and despite not getting an endorsement from his erstwhile partner in his uphill primary fight in 2020, until he was the last candidate standing, Biden refused to go gently into that good night, to quote one of his favorite lines of poetry. Look, guys, we've all said, and I said it too, that Barack Obama was one of the main reasons that Joe Biden became president, or that he won the primary. But it appears, at least in some quarters of town, they believe that Joe Biden did it without the help of Obama, mostly. That Joe Biden is a wheeler and dealer, and Joe Biden may have brokered those meetings. All those Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, that may have been Joe Biden wheeling and dealing and politicking. The same way that Joe Biden politicked to get the 3 strikes law, to get the war on drugs, and all the other horrible policies that we couldn't stand, the same way he worked the Senate to get those done, he worked to get himself the nomination. He worked Pete Buttigieg. He worked Amy Klobuchar. He worked Elizabeth Warren. He worked all of them. He worked them all, from Tulsi Gabbard on down. Andrew Yang, all of them. Andrew Yang said he was working him. He had been working him all the way through. Michael Moore came on the show, and when I was critical of Biden, what did he say to me? What did Michael Moore say? He said, Tim, have you ever met Joe Biden? He's really a likable guy. He's really smooth, man. He's really likable. I'm not done. Here goes some more. Obama's failure to go big and to send the tumbles rolling down Wall Street certainly greased the runway for Donald Trump. The paradox of Obama is that Americans embraced radical change by electing him, but then he held himself in check, mistakenly believing that he was all the change they could handle. Obama screwed us. He failed to go big and to send tumbles rolling down. So what is Biden doing, y'all? What is he doing, folks? He's going big. Here goes more. Once Obama had spoken, he expected others to come along. If the policies were good, they sell themselves. The president, as it turned out, hated politicking. The idea that he had to sell his agenda was so anathema to him that, shockingly, he had to get Bill Clinton to do it for him at the 2012 Democratic Convention. Obama joked that his predecessor would be the new Secretary of Explaining Stuff. Listen, guys, listen. I ain't making this up. Obama is so arrogant. Obama's so arrogant that he looked at the world like, hey, if I got an idea and you don't go along with the idea, something's wrong with you. I shouldn't even have to explain it to you. I shouldn't have to wheel and deal you. I shouldn't have to compromise. I shouldn't have to talk you into it. You either do it or go sit in Siberia. You either do it or you fall out of favor. You fall out of favor with me, Barack Obama. I shouldn't have to say it twice what I want you to do. You go and you get it done. I'm Barack Obama. I walk on water. I'm God's gift to the planet. That's how I treated black people. Hey, I'm enough. I'm not enough. You got a black president. What am I supposed to do? Put a soft shoe on and get out there and start walking. Stop complaining. Pull your pants up, Pookie. Get to work. Get to work. Don't come here complaining to me. Get to work. The one saving grace, I guess, is Obama treated everyone that way. Wasn't just black people he talked down to. He talked down to his VP. He talked down to everyone. This is very much a contrast to Biden. Now, I know on the campaign trail we saw Biden throwing around his weight, talking crap. I'm not saying Biden's totally a different character than Obama, but I will say that Biden has a different way of doing things. He will make backroom deals. He will sit down and have a conversation. Now, this is why I want to mention something about Bernie Sanders, because Bernie Sanders, you remember when Bernie said this?
Look, I don't tolerate bullshit terribly well. And I come from a different background than a lot of other people who run the country. I'm not good at backslapping. I'm not good at pleasantries. If you have your birthday, I'm not going to call you up to congratulate you, say you love me and you write nice things about me. That's not what I do. Never have. I take that as a little bit of a criticism, self-criticism. I've been amazed at how many people respond to, happy birthday. Oh, Bernie, thanks so much for calling. It works. It's just not my style. I try to stay focused. Look, I don't tolerate bullshit terribly well. And I come from a different background than a lot of other people.
Hold on, here goes the part. Here's the part. Listen to what Bernie says. One more time, guys. Listen.
Amazed at how many people respond to, happy birthday. Oh, Bernie, thanks so much for calling. It works. It's just not my style.
Folks, Wolfpack. Whose style is that, though? I said, whose style is it to do the backslapping, to call you on your birthday, to ask you how your wife's doing, how the kids, pretend to give a shit about your problems? Who's that sound like? And what did Bernie say? It works. Well, it sounds like Joe Biden. And like Bernie says, it works. And who doesn't do that? Obama doesn't do that. Obama says, hey, I don't need to know who your wife is, and who are you, and you're no one. I'm Barack Obama. Do you have an offering for my highness, for your highness? You should have bought gifts. To just have a conversation with me is a privilege for you. Now go do my bidding. That's how Obama comes across. I don't give a shit how much he sits down with Bruce Springsteen and shoots the thing like he's a regular guy. He did not act, no. And it also opens up us, gives us a view behind the curtain with Bernie Sanders. I mean, that's the New York Times editorial board. Bernie didn't even try to get the endorsement. In fact, it was as if he knew he wasn't going to get it, so he didn't want to act like he wanted it, because why want something you know you're not going to get? Best way to deal with knowing you're not going to get something is pretend you don't want it. You don't need it. Hey, that's the type of guy who needs endorsements from major newspapers in the country. I don't need your endorsement. Give it to somebody else. I'm not going to work for it. I'm not going to pretend I like you because I don't. I'm not going to pretend that I want to work, that I'm going to be a nice guy. None of that. In other words, I'm not going to play politics. So, I say a lot of this to say, I'm not saying that Biden's going to do the bidding of black people or poor working people or people that don't have a whole lot of money in the bank or people who aren't connected politically. I'm not going to say he's going to help a lot of my Latino friends who are struggling, or my friends down in Appalachia, or the Native Americans, indigenous people who are at the bottom along with black folks in every category. I'm not saying that, man. I'm not saying he's going to do it out the kind of his heart, but I'm going to say I think he's going to do it for a couple of reasons. One, he likes making deals, he likes being a winner, and he likes politicking. Two, I think he wants to stick it to Obama. Yeah, I think Obama wants to stick it to Obama because, Biden wants to stick it to Obama because Biden does not forget what Obama did to him. I mean, come on. He was your VP. You didn't invite him to the dances. Oh, man, all over the black community, everybody's been saying for the last 4 years, 5 years, how, whatever, not 5, I don't know. For a long time, well, since 2019, I'm sorry. All I heard was, Joe Biden, a good man. He worked with Obama. He was his VP. He shut up. He stayed in line. He took a backseat to a black man, a younger black man with less experience. And he did a good job, and he never said nothing or did nothing out of line. That didn't mean he didn't want to. That did not mean he didn't want to. That did not mean he enjoyed it. That does not mean, just because he didn't write an op-ed or a book dumping on Obama doesn't mean he enjoyed it. And now what does he get to do? Now Biden could come in and do this much and it ended up being so much more for us than Obama did. He's talking about taxing Wall Street, taxing the 1%. Obama didn't talk about that. He got right in the bed with Wall Street. He jumped in, took off his robe, put on some soft socks, some warm socks, and got in bed with Wall Street. Quick, fast, the moment he hit fucking Washington, D.C. That's what he did. And what's Biden doing? Biden's saying, hey, a lot of corporations don't pay taxes. What did he say? $40 billion? They made $40 billion in profit during the pandemic and paid zero in taxes? Huh? That's Biden saying that. What did Hillary and Obama do? Well, Hillary went and made speeches to Wall Street in private telling them, hey, don't worry, guys. You're the smart ones. Forget these dumb voters. I got your back. Just keep the checks fat. What did Obama do? Bailed them out with no strings while we got put out on the street. What else do we got on this? I got one more, two more. Hold on. Obama seems more comfortable at Netflix as Netflix talent, sitting pretty with celebrities and chit-chatting with Bruce Springsteen in their new Spotify podcast. Renegades, born in the USA, Barack Obama has always been better at fluff instead of stuff. Oh yeah, he's better at fluffing it up instead of stuff. Yeah. Short on substance, loud on fluffits. Short on giving stuff for the people, loud on saying he a people of the people. I'm a fighter for the people, but nothing to show for it. Shows he like black music, but don't like poor black people that much. Yep, that's Barack Obama. So Biden has an opportunity, the same opportunity that Donald Trump had. But I think Biden has more of an incentive to actually use his power to make his legacy outshine Barack Obama's. I think there's more competition going on than we know about. Biden, by contrast, is a natural-born salesman, the son of a salesman who loves nothing more than to mingle with the masses. Democrats think it's really kind of cool. Imagine that. Now, before you say I'm crazy, hey. Remember, this ain't, and look, I'm telling you my opinion based on the information. In fact, this story is a month old. I was waiting for a good time to unveil it. I was waiting for something to happen in the news that would give it a hook so that it was interesting, so there would be something everyone else is covering. I want to show you that, yeah, we can take a deeper dive into information. That the sensational stuff isn't always necessary if it's a good story, if it's important. And this is important. Maureen Dowd, these are just her opinions based on the historical record. But think about it. Hey, look, I'm not saying that Joe Biden's great. I've been very critical of Joe Biden. But I'm also willing to concede there are things going on and things behind the scenes I don't know anything about. I'm not a person going to get hung up so much on motivations. I'm going to get hung up on actual compensation. I'm not going to worry too much about what keeps you up at night. I'm going to worry about if we're going to be safe at night. You feel me? Cornel West said it best about Obama. After all the grief he got. Last slide. Frank Rich, Paul Krugman, Maureen Dowd, a whole host of brilliant, courageous critics say all kinds of things. And he, Barack Obama, treats them with respect. They get invited to the White House. I said the same thing. He talks to me like I'm a Cub Scout. Look, guys, I got nothing wrong with a person have a little bit of arrogance. Well, actually, I do. I mean, I don't want you to walk around totally humble as if you have no spine and no self-confidence. You know? But I don't want you to be haughty, looking down your nose at people. You know? Meanwhile, making it all about you and less about us. This is not a glowing praise report card of Biden. But it's enough for me to take another look at Biden and say, hey, man, okay, go get done some of these things you're talking about. You want to repeat Bernie's talking points? Go implement them. Go fight for them. Do some of that willing and dealing with Joe Manchin. Do some of that willing and dealing with Kristen Sinema. Use some of those skills. And see, that's one of the reasons why I cannot praise Joe Biden so much. It's because I got a feeling, y'all. I got a feeling. I got a funny feeling that some of this pushback that Biden's getting from Manchin and Sinema is maybe orchestrated. Because I got a feeling that Joe Biden really wanted Joe Manchin to cave in. Unlike Obama, he'd offer him something. Unlike Obama, he wouldn't sit back going, hey, this guy won't listen to me. Hey, I'm Obama. What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong? What's the problem? I'm Barack Obama. You do what I say. Hey, Michelle, get this guy out of here. Hey, what are you doing? No. Biden would wheel and deal. He would politic. He would offer things. He would make phone calls. So I'm very skeptical. I'm very slow to believe that all of a sudden President Biden is afraid or he's getting his teeth kicked in by wannabe President Joe Manchin and his counterpart, wannabe President Kristen Sinema. No, I believe there's more to it. So, yeah, there's that. It all gets very interesting once you start digging through the layers, don't it, Johnson? Don't be so careful to believe what you believe. Question everything. And most of all, remember LBJ. We might win after all. Or at least Joe Biden might not end up being as bad as we thought at the end of the day. And it shocks me to say it. But yeah, I'm going to say it because at the end of the day, I don't mind being wrong if we win. I don't mind being wrong if we get more out of this than we got out of Obama and Trump. I don't mind being wrong. I welcome. I'm not some people. I never understand people. They want to be right so badly they're willing to lose. Just to say they were right. Not me, Johnson. Not at this, man. I'm fine with being wrong if my people get to win. I'm fine with being wrong if that means we get health care. If that means people can retire at 55 or get Medicaid at 55 instead of 65. Right? I'm willing to be wrong. I don't care if Dr. Jason Johnson can shit on me and do a victory lap and talk shit on Twitter. But if that means that there's real police reform somewhere in the mix that's going to happen here and Biden's going to do it, cool. If Clyburn gets to laugh at me and call me a freaking idiot. Yeah, I told you I knew Joe. I know Joe more than I knew Obama. That's why I supported Hillary over Obama. I know what I'm doing, you dumb young bald-headed, cue ball head, milk dud head fool. Go back in your basement. I'd be like, hey, man, I got to take that. Hey, take that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it ain't about me. It ain't about me, man. It's about us. Deborah says, Biden will let you down, Tim. Let me down. Let me down? Motherfucker, he ain't never had me up. Are you serious? Let me down? I didn't talk people into voting for Biden. What the fork are you talking about?
Okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with you, man.
Well, I don't want to either.
Well, yeah, you do, but look, Fat, look, here's the deal. Look, Fat, look, here's the deal.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.